I'm often asked, Lucas, what are the biggest fears that hold me back or hold people back from becoming confident communicators? Two of the biggest ones that I want to share with you. One is going to be obvious. The other one, not so much. I'm going to start with the obvious one first, just for sake. And the first one is the fear of failure. Okay, with the fear of failure, what often happens is you're going to get up there, and I've experienced this before, especially when I was starting out. You go in there and you're thinking, oh, what if I screw up? What if I embarrass myself? What if I get in front of this audience and I blank out and it ruins my reputation or holds me back? And then what happens is people avoid speaking opportunities, or they get up there and they're so nervous, they're so stressed out, they're so shy that it takes away their power, and then they don't do well, and then they kind of beat themselves up thinking I should have done better. So classic client example, I had that, and the speaker was up, and he owned a business, very well established, it was a big company. And when we got into the training room, that's when we started to get to work together. And I asked him, what's your fear? And he's like, Lucas, my big fear is, he goes, I get invited to talk at conferences all the time. But my fear is that I really love my staff. They're so meaningful. It's like a family to me. And I have over 100 employees. If I get up there and I bomb a talk, it's going to have a negative impact on my reputation. And if that happens, well, then my business might suffer, and I might have to start letting people go and laying them off. And I couldn't live with myself if I did that. So that's why I avoid them, because I don't want to, ruin my company by doing this. And at first I thought about, do you imagine how much pressure he must be putting on himself, thinking that if he gives a talk, his entire company he's taken 15 years to build could be gone overnight, just from one talk. How we address it is I asked him, I go, why do you think you're so important? And he goes, what? I go, who do you think you are? That you think you're going to give one talk and it's going to be so bad that this entire company is just going to blow? What are you possibly going to say? And he just started thinking about it. He's like, I don't know. I don't know what I would say. And we have to confront the fear, this failure. But when we dig into it, it was a reflection of his own insecurities, his own judgments. And from that, it was building it up, going, wow, okay, maybe I am so hard on myself. Maybe I put so much pressure on myself to be perfect that it's unrealistic and it's leading me to not take action. So from that, we got him on camera, we built his skill set up, and the key was that he saw that he could put out a good product. He could speak well and look good, and so that wouldn't ruin or potentially harm his reputation, except it would actually enhance his company's reputation. And that got him past that fear of failure and started seizing opportunities. Now I want to share with you the second fear that I was mentioning. The fear of failure, maybe you're sitting there, you're connecting with it going, okay, of course, fear of failure, I got that, that makes sense, maybe I struggle with it. But this other one, I'll share with you, it's the fear of success. And that's something that I've struggled with myself. It's that, well, what happens if I get really good? What if I get really well known? What if I get really famous? How can I deal with it? I like my privacy. I like the fact that I can go to yoga class. Nobody knows who I am. I just go to there, recharge. I enjoy that. I see other business owners where they're telling me they get 200-300 emails a day, and I think that's terrible. There's no way I would want to have that. And that's where this fear of success comes in. It's like, what's going to happen? What's going to build up? Can I deal with it? The other one too is, what's going to happen? Maybe my family is going to treat me different. Maybe I'm going to lose my friends because they're going to think, oh, you're the successful person and I'm struggling and therefore we can't hang out anymore. We have to look at the layers. As humans, we're very complex, and these fears can have many layers behind them. So oftentimes the fear of success, it's not obvious. But ask yourself, if you became really successful, what would change in your life? What would have to change? What would be different? Would people treat you differently? When you can address that and look at it, maybe there's certain fears in that might be coming up, and they could be the area that's creating a bit of self-sabotage. Maybe it's holding you back from moving forward as quickly as possible. This is an exercise. To become a confident communicator requires one thing, and that's running towards the truth as fast as you can. The quicker that you can confront those fears, the anxieties, the hesitations, the insecurities that are potentially holding you back from achieving your dream, well, that's when you get the freedom to start doing something about it. So perhaps you're struggling with the fear of failure for a little bit. Maybe it's the fear of success. Whatever it is, address it and comment below what the fears are. What are the biggest fears? What are the fears, the insecurities? Because if it's in there, I'll do a video to help you out. So comment, like, subscribe, and thank you. Let's become confident communicators.